Hello my crochet friends, this is Lady Jenna and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be looking at and reviewing this leisure arts line. It's in the collection Make a Little Friend. I purchased this at Dollarama and I paid $5 Canadian. Now this video is not a tutorial, but it's an aid. It's a review of the pattern. So let's open this package and see what we get, what materials they provided. We get this filler, and this is our yarn. Let's open this up. We have different colors, so this is embroidery plus, and we have 3 different colors of yarn. Now this and this is not the same. On video it looks the same, but this is more this is darker and this is a little bit more lighter, but they're close enough. Also, we have this crochet hook and the needle. The crochet hook I will not use. This is plastic, this is bendable. I don't like crocheting with this, and I tend to break these because my tension is sometimes a little bit tight, but I will be using this. This is a 3.5 millimeter crochet, and it does come from kits purchased at Dollarama. It's a different collection that I recently reviewed, and I'm going to be using this crochet hook. And also we get the instructions. They come in English and in French, and we're going to be following this. Now what we don't get in our kit that we need a pair of scissors. We need some stitch markers, very important. I always use them. And also, if you have a pencil or a pen, I like to write on my pattern. There's a few things that I like about this pattern. It gives us the skill level. So this is an intermediate skill. It gives us the finished size. And also there is a general instruction page where we get abbreviation, symbols and terms, gauge, markers, and how to do back ridge, satin stitch, and anything else you need. It's important to read these to see if there's any special information you need to know. With this being said, let's get started. We're going to first start creating the head and the body. The first thing is to create the head and the body. The head and the body is one piece, a slip knot. And you're going to do 2 chains, 1, 2, and then in the second chain from hook you're going to do 6 single crochet. One, 2. Now don't forget to place a stitch marker in the first single crochet you made. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it looks like this. Now this is our first row completed. Our second row says 2 single crochet in each single crochet around. This is an increase. We just removed our stitch marker and we're going to do our first stitch where the stitch marker was. So in the same stitch we do 2 single crochet, 1, 2, place your stitch marker, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and the last stitch. If we count, we should have 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We do. Row number 3, it says 2 single crochet in next single crochet in next single crochet, 2 single crochet followed by single crochet, 2 single crochet. Remember, 2 single crochet is an increase followed by a single crochet, increase, single crochet. That's how you're going to do this. So let's remove our stitch marker and start with our increase, which is 2 single crochet, 1, 2. Place your stitch marker in the first single crochet. Then in the next stitch you do a single crochet and then 2 single crochet, 1, 2, a single crochet, and then 2 single crochet, and then a single crochet, 2 single crochet, a single crochet, 2, a single crochet, 2, and then a single crochet. To know that you've not done a mistake, count your stitches and you should have 18 stitches. And this is row number 3. Now for row number 4, it says 2 single crochet in next stitch. You know right away this is an increase, followed by single crochet in the next 2 single crochet. So this would be where the stitch marker is. This would be an increase, which is 2 single crochet, an increase, followed by a single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, single crochet, increase, all around. Once you're back at the stitch marker end, your row number 4 will be completed. Go ahead and complete up to row number 10, and when I get back, I'll show you how to do a single crochet 2 together. A single crochet 2 together is a decrease, and we'll do an invisible one. I currently have my head and body done. Now I need to take care of this. We need to close this off. Right now I have 6 stitches left. This is row number 30. So what you do, cut your yarn, remove your stitch marker, pull on your loop, grab your needle. So I'm using this needle. The other needle, I find it's a little bit too big. Okay, so, and the way that you sew this close is you're going to pick up the back loop of each stitch. So there's 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're going to pull, push your needle in the middle to anywhere in the back, and this will close it properly like this. And I just weave this in and out a few times and cut my yarn. And I'm done with the head and body. I started the feet. I have one foot done. The feet are not very hard to do. Just follow the instructions. It starts the same way as the top of the head. There's nothing very difficult. It's single crochets together, and it's just reading properly the pattern. The last row of the foot. This is where I got a little bit confused. So we're at row number 13 for the foot. It says to single crochet in the next 8 single crochet, chain 1, flatten top of leg, having chain at fold, working through both loop. I sort of didn't understand, so let me just show you exactly what it is. It's going to be easier. Let's remove the stitch marker. In the next 8 stitch, you're going to do a single crochet. So this is 1. You don't have to place a stitch marker, it's not needed, but just to show you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. From here you do a chain. You're going to cut your yarn, pull this through, remove your stitch marker, you don't need it. You're going to add your needle, and when they say to flatten, so you're going to, this is kept there and you flatten it like this. So you're going to sew this closed by picking up the full stitch from either side like this. And that's your foot. Now it's ready to be sewn, and I have to, when you do the arm, on the last row, it's the same thing for the arm. It says to flatten and to sew. You're going to do the same thing. I've crocheted all of the pieces. So you have your head and body, your feet and legs, the arms and hands. These are crocheted the exact same. These are crocheted the exact same way the legs and feet are done. And then you have the ears. The ears turns up like this, and what I do is I will sew this end closed. When I sew it on top of the head, I'm going to curve it, and it will be sewn like this, in a C shape. It makes a C shape, and it's going to be sewed on the head like this. For the position of anything, refer to the box. There's nothing specific on how this is done or sewn, so you do your best. This is the muzzle. Now it says to add the embroidery of the nose on it right now, but I'm not going to. First, I'm going to sew this onto my face, put a little bit of filler inside. Once it is on the face, then I will do the nose. I will position the nose like I see on the box. Now comes the tail. This is the tail. It took me a while to understand how to do this tail, so I will explain to you how to do it. I will do a step-by-step for this one. To make our tail, we're going to be using the brown yarn, In the golden yarn, you need 2 pieces. I did cut mine a little bit longer than what was needed. You'll see why. And also you will need a stitch marker. First thing, do your slip knot. Then 4 chains. Make sure that your chains are not tight. Make them a little bit loose. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this is the front of your chain, and then if you look on the back, there's little back bumps, and this is what they call the back ridge. You're going to skip a back ridge, starting from the second back ridge from hook. You're do a single crochet, before we continue. The space that we just skipped, a back bump that we just skipped, it made a space. Place a stitch marker into that space. And continue. The next back bump, we're going to do a half single crochet. And the last back bump, another half single crochet. And you are done. This is the tail. Now, secondly, you need 2 pieces of yarn like this. And we're going to pull them through where the hole is, like this. Make a loop, and then bring them into the loop. Make sure you have both. Let's see if we can make them equal. Okay, and in the loop, you're going to grab the tails and bring them inside this loop. That's why I used a longer yarn, so I have less difficulties. Let's see. One more, and then you pull. And then you trim. And you have your tail. This is your tail that you're going to sew on the back of your lion. So now that you have all of the pieces made, go ahead, sew everything together, embroider the eyes, do all of your embroidery. The last step is to do the mane, and I will show you how to do it. I've sewn together all of the parts, did all of the embroidery, and you've got your tail. If you notice, the tail is the wrong color. This is because this was my test tail. I still have the real tail. I didn't sew it in. I did not sew the right one, but that's okay. I'll just keep that one. Now for the ears, I tried to look on the pattern. They're like right there, so I decided to sew them like in the middle of the head on top. Embroidered, and that's it. Now the next step is to do this, the mane. It's like I'm going to do the mane in front of the ears and a little bit under, because the first time I've seen this, I did not understand, so I had to find something that would represent a stitch. If we look at the bear, when I say stitch, it's the little holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are where you're going to do your loops or your turkey loops, and you need 3 stitches for the loop. I'll explain with this. So I've numbered 1, 2, 3. You go into the second stitch, pull. You're going to determine how big you want your loop to be. You have to hold it and go into the third stitch. Keep on holding. Go into the first stitch and then back into the second stitch to hold everything. And now you can let it go. It will stay. It will stay on the line, not here, but this is how. Let's do another one. The next one, you go into the third stitch, do your loop, and then this would be number 4. You go into your fourth, into the second one, and then down to your third. And this is another one. Let's do another stitch. So go into this stitch. After a while, you get it. Create your loop. Down this one, go up this one, and then down here. And you continue up this one, create your loop, down, up, and then down. Again, up here, create your loop, down, up, and then down. And you just do this as many times as you want to. This is how the back looks like. Of course, you won't see the back on the line. But it's just to show you that it will get secure. Once you're done with all the loops, you take your scissors and then you cut each loop. And that will create what you need on your lion. So go ahead and do these. You should be all good. Here we have it. The lion is complete. The longest and hardest part that I found was to do the mane, to do this. It is a long process. You have to be patient, but it did turn out good. So once all the loops are done, you take a pair of scissors and you cut the loops. So it looks like this. Pretty neat. So this is what it looks like on the paper, and this is my lion. See, I just went over the ears, nothing on the back, just in front of the ears, just a tiny bit on the neck right here, and this is how it looks like. So I did enjoy making this. The only part I found difficult was this. I mean, this is the part that I didn't like to do. I don't really enjoy doing this, but the rest I enjoyed, that's for sure. So it is an intermediate crochet. I hope they enjoyed this video. I hope that this helped you out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.